What's up, YouTube? Welcome back to another video. Today we're here at a car culture show and got some awesome cars to check out. SVJ right in front of us, 06, awesome cars. So let's go check them out. Alright, so right in front of me is an awesome built RX7. We got a custom steering wheel, everything. The interior is crazy. You have this olive green color, which is beautiful. All the front louvers and everything. Front louvers here. You got canards, awesome front splitter. The Toyota tires, banner on top. This massive rear wing. And an awesome diffuser. I mean, that's a special thing. Then right next to it, you got this built Z06. Cams and everything. As you can hear, as we get this start up, sounds kind of crazy. It's even got drag tires on here. What a thing. What a thing. I'm sure that thing's pushing a lot of horsepower. And then right here you have this crazy bright yellow beaming Lamborghini SVJ. I mean, the carbon fiber work on this car is insane. You have the ALA system, beautiful carbon fiber rear wing, yellow accents on the interior. I mean, this thing looks like an absolute spaceship. And here you kind of have a little S-duct stuff, and you can see there's two vents that move around for the air. Basically channel the air kind of through and up through these vents to produce downforce on the front end of the car to help the front wheels stick when you're driving. The Lamborghini SVJ, I think, is the third or second fastest car around the production car around the Nürburgring currently. So you know that thing's just built for the track. Naturally aspirated V12. So let's check out some other cars that we have here. Showed up kind of late to the meet, unfortunately, so a lot of cars are leaving. There was a new 992 GT3 in Shark Blue, which I would have loved to go check out, but it left as I was talking to someone. So I was a little bit annoyed with that. Here's a cool 720S. I can tell you what I know about these cars. Any version of the 720S, the 765 LT or the 720S, these things are just an absolute rocket in the straight line. Beautiful looking car as well. Then you have a AMG GT Roadster here. Alcantara steering wheel. I always thought these interiors are so classy and so beautiful. I love the front end of this car. You can tell it's a sports car, you can tell it's a supercar, but it's not like a Lamborghini SVJ, right? It's not in your face. It's more classy. It's more of a gentleman's supercar, if you call it that. And here we have two beautiful M3s sitting side by side. If I had to take one of these, I would take this orange one. Let me know in the comments, guys, which one you would choose, but I'm going with this orange one. And check it out first. Unfortunately, this guy's got a little bit of a broken front splitter, but other than that, the car is beautiful. DCT in there. You get the quad exhaust. These E92s are awesome. And then over here we have a kind of the Ferrari section with a Dodge Viper slammed in the middle. You got a Ferrari 488 twin turbo V8 in this thing, making like around 600 horsepower, I think. Rear wheel drive, dual clutch transmission. There's an R8 going by. Then here's a 430. Now this is a naturally aspirated V8, one of the last ones. Cool interior as well. Something that I always love is that the 430 was actually designed with the help of Michael Schumacher, the Ferrari Formula 1 driver. And so he really developed this car into a race car for the road. And you can kind of see that in the interior, not as much with the standard 430, but especially with the 430 Scuderia, everything's stripped out. But even here you can see the design is kind of minimalistic. You know, it's meant to be a race car. Here's that naturally aspirated V8 in the back. And talking about V8s, here's the new C8 Corvette. I think this has the LT whatever package, the highest package you can get, the most expensive. That's actually a beautiful interior. Funny enough, something that I always thought was lacking with Corvettes was their interior, but with the new C8, I mean, it's stunning. Look at this beautiful brown leather interior on the black. They contrast each other so well. And you know, I heard a couple people comment about the steering wheel, saying that they don't necessarily like the square steering wheel, but to me, I think it fits in the car, honestly. And I love how the center console is like swooped and angled towards the driver. It gives that driver focused feel of the car. And then right here next to it is a white C8 with a similar package, rear wing on it. Guys, sorry, I almost forgot one car to show you guys. I would have been really mad if I didn't show you guys this car because it's a crazy one. The new Huracan STO. Now, I'll tell you right off the bat, this thing stands out. I don't know so much about this livery that it has on it with all these accents on it and everything, but I mean, what a crazy car. Take you guys over to the back here because this wing is insane. It's funny, if I compare them to the SVJ does have a much larger rear diffuser, but the wing on the STO is bigger, that's for sure. And you kind of have that swan neck rear wing design, green calipers, chrome wheels, massive exhaust as well. That's a pretty neat thing. And the SVJ is getting warmed up as well, getting ready to head out. Now, I'm curious to see if Lamborghini will put a Nürburgring lap time out there with the STO, because I'd be quite curious to see how it matches up, how it compares to other supercars that are going around, and other supercar record holders like the GT2 RS MR and the Lamborghini SVJ. But see, the thing is, theoretically, let's say it's faster than the SVJ. I don't think Lamborghini would want to do that because then it makes the SVJ look bad, you know? And there's the SVJ, and the RX7's heading out as well. Kind of the three coolest cars of the meet, all leaving in sync. I want to focus in a little bit on the accents here. The carbon fiber, the ALA system. Here we get some revs. This RX7 is insane, actually. The proportions on it are perfect. Holy crap. Look at this side skirt as well. It's massive. What a thing. And look at that wing. I mean, the gap between the wing, I don't know if you guys can see that, he's actually got ha all over the back of his rear wing. That's kind of funny. I can smell the racing fuel coming out this thing as well. I don't even want to know what power this thing's pushing. I don't even want to know. I'm sure it's up there. I'm sure it's up there. So as you guys know, I always like to focus on one car at the meet and talk a little bit about it, teach you guys some fun facts about the car. And as a lot of the cool cars, I wanted to do the Shark Blue 992 GT3, but as all these cars have left already, I'm just gonna focus here on the 430 Ferrari. So here's fun fact number one of the Ferrari 430. Its new engine, the naturally aspirated V8, was actually a clean sheet design, completely new redesigned, leaving behind a 40-year-old legacy and design. So basically they completely redesigned the V8 engine in this car solely for the purpose of it fitting in this car, which is quite unique. Another fun fact about the Ferrari 430 is that it is actually the first time that the automatic F1 style transmission outsold the manual transmission ever in a Ferrari. So that's a quite interesting, unique fact. Here I can zoom in a little bit, focus in on that transmission right there, but that's quite a fun fact. So another very interesting fun fact about the 430 Ferrari is that it has the same drag coefficient as the Ferrari 360, its predecessor, but it produces much more downforce and has a higher top speed. So that's actually quite cool. And you can see in the design elements that there's a lot of 360 kind of pieces in the car. If you say it, the 360 kind of sculpture is still seen in the Ferrari 430, but you can see that with all these different louvers and stuff, it's more modern, and it makes sense that it produces more downforce and has a higher top speed. But it's fascinating that it still keeps that same drag coefficient. So yeah guys, every time I come to a car show, I'm gonna focus on one car that I love or like and that I think you guys would like, and I'll just spit a little bit of facts about it, teach you guys some of the history, teach myself some of the history as well, because I don't know everything about these cars. I'm still learning. But yeah, that is that for the Ferrari F430. It is such a cool thing. The more you stare at it, the more you appreciate these things. And I think this era of cars, you know, of supercars, let's say the 2000s to the 2010s, really had this improvement in engineering, drivability of these cars, but their sole purpose was still to drive. And they were being built how the manufacturer wanted them to be built, right? Ferrari was saying, okay, I'm gonna build this Ferrari how we think it's supposed to be built. We're not gonna listen to what the customer wants or the customer needs. We're gonna build the Ferrari 430 in a way which we think it's supposed to be built. And I think that's something you see a little bit nowadays with new supercars, right? You have all this drivability, you can connect your phone. I mean, as technology improves, those types of things come with it, but you just gotta appreciate for a minute that these cars were really focused on driving and just bringing that exhilaration and nothing else. They weren't focused on comfort, they weren't focused on making you safe, none of that. They were just focused on scaring the shit out of you and making you have fun and making an exhilarating driving experience. So that's why I think these 2000 to 2010 cars are really gonna be some awesome cars to look out for in the future, you know, 20, 30 years from now. But yeah, that's it for the Ferrari 430. The next car show I'll be at, we'll be focusing on another car. Hope you guys enjoyed the video, and like next video I'll be bringing even better car content. So see you guys next time.